Hello everyone. Welcome to the Chicago Club travel show and entertainment show. I'm Dorothy Picella and I'm your host for these shows, and we're delighted that you could join us. Did you know the Chicago Club is the largest club in the village with over 700 members? Did you know that we're over 40 years old? Did you know you don't have to be from Chicago to join the Chicago Club, even though I'm from Chicago? And did you know we're the friendly club? We really are. But there's a lot more to the Chicago Club than just travel. I know many of you enjoyed our shows every month, but there's a lot more to us than just travel, a lot more than a pretty face. We're having fun, and we absolutely do monthly events at Clubhouse 5. We have great musical entertainment acts that you would absolutely love. We have every now and then we add a comedian to make you laugh. So we're at Clubhouse 5 every month, the second Thursday at 7 p.m. And we welcome all, even non-members are welcome. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy our complimentary desserts, along with the GRF cash bar. But as many of you know, we travel. And the Chicago Club offers monthly day bus trips to all over Southern California. They're wildly popular, and we're quite famous for them. We have some coming attractions for all the events that we're going to be doing in Clubhouse 5. I think you're really going to like it. It's going to make you want to sing, it's going to make you want to laugh, and hopefully it will make you want to get on a bus. So sit back, get comfortable, and enjoy the show.
Come on, people! Don't leave me hanging! Come on, what? Let me hear you sing one time. I heard somebody say, oh, will you look at the freaking white people?
The whole we all had to go on a diet, too, the whole wedding party. So I went on the Herbalife. You know the Herbalife? Great diet. I just smoked one in the parking lot.
Here we go. Tears when the rain's you brown-eyed girl. Come on, people. Do you remember when? Let me hear you sing one time. Wrestling. I'm sure you know when I better more than I could chew, but who we know. Her name was Lola, she was your snow girl. The left foot in the dance, you shake it all of that, come on. That's your right foot, man.
Come on, Ernie, George, Bailey, there's something screwy going on around here.
And you are my knight in shining armor, and I love you.
Because the Chicago Club is going on one of its trips. The bus just got here.
We start with this area that we call the wave of change. This is about the 60s. This is about kind of the turmoil and the chaos that people were stepping into. And we really did want to create a space that was a little bit of an assault on your senses. Because you turn the corner and you see the inauguration and you step into the Oval Office.
Included an agreement to end the war and bring peace with honor in Vietnam and in Southeast Asia.
China Gallery was a really important one for us. Of course, one of the landmark pieces of Nixon's presidency, truly changed the global landscape. And so we wanted to create a space that really honored that.
and that all of our children have a better chance than before of living in peace. This, more than anything, is what I hope will be my legacy to you.
Well, this is a culmination of a lot of things we've been doing over several decades now in downtown. This is our capstone project where we have knitted together into the fabric of the neighborhood, old and new. This is the 1919 packing house building that has been restored over the course of 4 years now. And we are having the grand opening of the Labs project here, the packing district.
We are called the Lab, Little American Businesses. So here we have 26 food vendors. These are all local artisans. There's no national tenants in here. And so just the fact that it's, you get to restore a beautiful old building. It was like restoring an old ship and create jobs and put 26 businesses together and operating. Like the whole thing is just really, really exciting for us.
The Hilbert Museum was founded just 3 years ago from the generous donation of Mark and Jan Hilbert. They donated hundreds of pieces from their personal collection and funds to make it happen and keep us free and open to the public and, of course, all the university students.
Art is underappreciated, but I think art is a wonderful way of telling a story, and it really forces you to history of anything, or it can just be a depiction of the artist's own feelings or emotions, and their.
It's always a pleasure to come.
The Academy Museum of Motion Pictures will open, creating a home to celebrate and explore the diverse and complex tales behind the movies we love for the first time. The massive 300,000 square foot campus features 2 breathtaking designs that forever changed the landscape of Los Angeles. One is a stunning restoration of a building from Hollywood's classical era. The other, an awe-inspiring glass sphere housing a state-of-the-art 1,000-seat theater. And featuring a 5th-floor terrace that delivers show-stopping views of the city. Dynamic galleries and multi-screen exhibitions will immerse you in movie magic.
Cruise Hollywood Boulevard today and see the old theaters. We're also going to go to Farmers Market. It's been a great market since 1934, and the beauty is we get there before the rush hour. So you have 21 different places to choose to have lunch. It is wonderful. There's lunch and shopping. And in back of the Farmers Market is the famous Grove, the most beautiful shopping street in LA. So it's going to be a wonderful trip, and the weather looks pretty nice. It's preferable to what's happening in Boston right now. Yeah. So I have more to say. Does everybody have a packet? Awesome. Okay, we'll get going in just 1 second. So remember, your bus driver's name is Dan. Also, we're keeping our masks on at all times, people. On the way home from some of the trips, people got a little sloppy, but the Omicron virus, as you know, is really going crazy, and we have the good masks. We're going to be careful. I want to be honest with you. I usually give snacks on the bus. I'm not doing it this time because I don't want you to remove your mask. When I pass out water, you can briefly take a sip and then put your mask back on. But we're playing it safe, and I think that's the right thing to do. There's no doubt about it. When we get to Farmers Market, you can remove your mask if you want because it's outdoors, but while in the coach, we have our masks on. And these are compliments of the Chicago Club. This, by the way, is the 42nd tour that the Chicago Club has done. That's my estimate. That's just a guess. But we've been doing them now for 9 years. We've had so much fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, Dave. Oh, by the way, my partner Dave, guess where Dave is? Dave loves Spanish, so he did some research. He found out that there was a Spanish language program in Ensenada, Mexico. So we drove across the border, got his visa, and he's living with a family for 2 weeks. and attending Spanish classes. And he's texting me, because I'm a Spanish teacher, grammar questions. But his host family, Hoffy, I'm thrilled to be with you guys again. We've been waiting a long time for this trip. This museum, there was even on Channel 7, all the movie stars reviewed this beautiful museum. There are 4 floors of exhibits, and there's a beautiful observation deck. And you're going to want to go to the observation deck. It's on the 5th floor. You walk across a catwalk to this amazing bubble and the architect is Renzo Piano. He won the Pritzker Prize, which is the top prize that an architect can win. He doesn't want it to be called the Death Star, though, because it looks a little bit like something out of Star Wars. He's a nice guy. He prefers to call it the bubble. So we're going to call it the bubble, but I'm sure you guys will go up to the bubble. So let me talk a little bit about today. We're going to start the day with a cruise on Hollywood Boulevard. We're going to take a look at the famous theaters as we go down the Walk of Fame, and then we're going to make a left on Fairfax Avenue, and we're going to go to Farmers Market. And the beauty of traveling on a Tuesday is it's usually less crowded. That's often when the Chicago Club goes on trips. And then you'll have an hour and a half in Farmers Market. And I'll tell you where the great restaurants are, but they're almost all good. And if you have a little time, you can walk over to the Grove. Then we're going to cruise around the La Brea Tar Pits, and we're going to be dropped on Wilshire Boulevard at the beautiful Academy Museum. Be nice to me, I have all your tickets on the phone. So you'll be checked in. They do not offer guided tours because they don't yet, I guess because of the virus or whatever. But that's kind of better, because everybody wants to explore the museum at their own pace. I'll be talking about the museum more when we get there. On the 4th floor is the fantastic Japanese producer Hayao Miyazaki. His films are amazing. You're going to want to spend some time up there. And the exhibits are really, really stunning. I think you'll enjoy them. And we do have a cloudy but a clear day. No rain. So as usual, guys, you have your Hoffy Fun Packet. And if you'd like to participate, I've got a few announcements. Okay. I like. Guess where LA ranks in terms of the number of museums in world cities? It's number 3 behind what 2 cities? It has more than New York, because New York is confined by water. LA is bigger. Paris and Moscow. Paris and Moscow have more museums. And just for fun, guys, I listed my favorite 28 museums. And I bet you've been to some of them, and the Chicago Club has actually been to quite a few of them. But if you'd like, would anyone like a pencil for the quizzes? Yeah, I'll be passing those out in a second. If there's any of these you haven't been to or you have a question about, I'd love the questions. But there's some of the famous museums. Yeah, we've been to, the Chicago Club knows how to live. We've been to a lot of them. So, oh, by the way, this is the newest museum in Los Angeles, but guess what? They're now building the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. It's basically George Lucas. He's building this museum next to the LA Coliseum. It's next to the Natural History Museum. It looks like a spaceship. Wow. It's incredible. So once again, LA is, I'm happy, aren't you happy that LA? I mean, as a tour guide, it's a godsend, so I love that. I know, you never would have thought that, but if you think about Los Angeles, it's got all the money from Hollywood. It's also got a lot of space, and it's also got a lot of people who have come from all over the world to Los Angeles. I'm trying to think what is one of the special, I love the Hilbert Museum in the city of Orange by the Circle. We're going there next month, by the way, after the Nixon Library. That's a beautiful one. One place we haven't gone is the Autry Museum of the American West. It's in Griffith Park, and it's pretty special. We have been to the Holocaust Museum, LA. We have not been to the Museum of Tolerance. You know a place that we really have to go, and it's up to me to make the reservation. Sunnylands. Sunnylands is the Annenberg estate in Rancho Mirage where all the presidents have visited. And they take you in, the gardens are stunning, they take you in a golf cart and you tour the entire estate. And they have reproductions of famous art all over the world. And the architect is A. Quincy Jones, a famous mid-century modern architect. So we need to put Sunnylands on our list. Is there anything else we have? Oh, you know, another museum that I'd like to do is the Japanese National Museum in Little Tokyo. It's really fabulous. I just went there a month ago. I highly recommend it. And we've been almost, wow. Another one we haven't been to is the Nethercutt collection. Yeah, it's a collection of automobiles and, is it furniture?
Musical instruments.
Musical instruments.
Musical instruments.
Yes.
Fillmore.
Yeah, it's in Sylmar. It's quite a drive.
That's why we didn't go.
Yeah, that's why we haven't gone there. So we've done pretty well. The second part I'd like to draw your attention to is my favorite columnist in the LA Times. He's since left the Times. He wrote down what he thought were the 40 top sites in Southern California. And you don't have to agree with his list, but it's fun to look at it. I'm going to make a little statement here, and you can agree or disagree. Southern California as a region is the most diverse area in the world, geographically, architecturally, and culturally. We've got deserts, mountains, beaches. We have people from all over the world, and we have architects who come from all over the world. So I think we're lucky to live here. The only bummer is there's 19 million people here. But there's more people to be friends with. Okay, so any questions about that? I hope you find the list interesting. And then, here's my famous quizzes. We'll go over the answers in about 40 minutes. Movie greats, if you'd like to do that one. Movie greats. And I'll pass out the pencils. And the second one is, what's your Oscar IQ? When was the movie made? And my prizes, I've got the beautiful laminated spoon.
Whoa.
It cost me $9 at Coast Hardware. I've got my new shipment of Hoffy Tour t-shirts. Come on, that is pretty cute. It's a V-neck. Everybody in Laguna Woods is wearing them. Well, actually, there's 4 people who have them.
That's like a child size.
Yeah, might have got us too small a size there. But I can give any size you want.
That's a famous.
Then I have the ever popular, very safety conscious Larry light. There it is. It's a great light, and if you're not paying attention, I'll hypnotize you. By the way, I went to a Kiwanis meeting as a senior in high school, and they had a hypnotist, and I got hypnotized in front of all those adults. Wow. And in retrospect, I didn't like it, because when you're hypnotized, you don't have total control over yourself. And also, I have my trivia book as a prize. It's selling like hotcakes on Amazon. It's been on sale for a year. I've already sold 57 copies. I'm a better teacher than a marketer. So in a half an hour, we'll go over the answers to the quizzes. I'll pass out pencils for those who want them. Any questions about the tour? Okay. So Hollywood Boulevard is, the interesting part is 14 blocks long, and some of it is not that attractive, to be honest. I remember I went to see the movie Alien in the 70s. The movie was scary, but I was more scared going to my car. There was a lot of crime in the 70s and the 80s, but they really have cleaned it up. It's a lot better now. You can see a lot of Art Deco buildings, and you'll see some beautiful ones in a second. Do you know why they allow Spider-Man and Wonder Woman to be there to pose for photographs? Why don't they kick them out? Why do they allow the street performers? First Amendment, freedom of speech. They have to allow them unless they block the sidewalk.
I remember when they had a big fight, Spider-Man and Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, they were fighting. So on your left, you're going to see a beautiful turquoise Art Deco building. It used to be Fredericks of Hollywood. Ooh la la. Here it is on your left. It used to be Frederick. Look at that Art Deco, turquoise and gold Art Deco. It's now a costume shop. I do like the street trees here. They're pretty attractive and they don't tear up the sidewalk, it appears. So in a few blocks, they're going to close Hollywood Boulevard for the Oscars and roll out the red carpet that goes into the Dolby Theater. Up ahead, you'll see the Scientology building. I'm afraid to go in. I'm afraid they'll recruit me and I'll never get out. Does anybody share my fear? Okay, thank you.
Used to be a customer one.
Hollywood Boulevard is a national historic district because of all the theaters, the old theaters. But it's not a national land. Look at this Art Deco on the left. That is spectacular. Musso and Frank's on the right. They are currently closed because of the virus. They wanted to have an abundance of caution. Here's a building I'll never visit, Scientology. Maybe Hollywood is an appropriate place for it. So I'm going to ask Dan to go slow and get in the right lane if he would be so kind. Here's the Hollywood Wax Museum. It's fun to take a selfie. You know, Betty White just passed away, and she is asking for donations to the LA Zoo because she was quite an animal lover. Well, her foundation, her trust. Here's Ripley's Believe It or Not. Believe it or not, I've never been there and I never will.
Wow, what's the deal with it?
I don't know.
El Capitan.
I know what it used to be.
Yeah.
Jack in the Box.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
Years ago.
Now, we're coming upon the Dolby Theater, so I'm going to ask Dan, once the light turns green, to go as slow as possible because there's a ton of stuff to see. They are currently redoing Hollywood and Highland because they had these big statues of elephants, and it was a recreation of a famous set for D.W. Griffith's movie Intolerance. But it was considered to be a racist movie, and they didn't want to be associated with it. And they thought that the decorations were tacky anyway. By the way, the movie was so famous that they took the set, the big elephants, and they put it off the lot, and people would just go look at the elephants in the set. That's what they recreated. But they're redoing the whole thing now. It's going to be very tasteful with fountains and shopping. It's right next to the Dolby Theater. You can also take the subway and get off right here. This intersection, you guys know what a scramble intersection is? The people walk diagonally. All four lanes of traffic stop, and pedestrians can go in any direction they want. You can see people are going diagonal. Laguna Beach has put in 2 scramble intersections. Pasadena has them too. Pasadena is one of the best towns in Southern California, except my hometown, South Pass. No, actually, my favorite town is Claremont. Love Claremont.
El Capitan Theater.
Yeah. We got to go back there. Okay. So if you can go as slow as possible, Mr. Dan. So we're coming up now on the Dolby Theater and Hollywood and Highland. On your right is the subway stop where you would get off. You'll see a beautiful Gothic Methodist church. Look there on the right. That's one of the most beautiful churches in Hollywood. Where the diagonal awning is where you get on the subway. You get on the red line to go to downtown LA or North Hollywood. And you can see the sidewalk is huge here. And this is where you can get on the Star Line sightseeing buses. And on our left is the Disney-owned El Capitan Theater. Beautiful theater, owned by the Disney Corporation, Spanish colonial from 1920s. Look at the detail, the churrigueresque detail. And they're playing Aladdin and Hercules, all the Disney movies. Look what they're redoing on the right. Remember I said they're redoing the whole plaza? They're redoing that entire motif. They want to make it classier. Jimmy Kimmel Live is here to the left. This is where Jimmy Kimmel films his nightly television program. And right here, if you could slow down, here's the Dolby Theater. This is where they will roll out the red carpet, and they'll close 2 blocks of Hollywood Boulevard, and you have to pay money, I think, to be in the bleachers to see all the glamorous people. That's the Dolby Theater. Yeah, it's really, I think it's partly the virus. Yeah. I've never seen this so uncrowded. This is amazing. Now, on your right is the most famous theater in Los Angeles, the Chinese Theater by Sid Grauman. One of his friends loved China, and he went to China and he looked at Chinese architecture and symbols. And look at this magnificent theater. This is where they did the most famous premieres in Hollywood. And this is where all these movie stars put their handprint and footprints in the cement. And that's what people are looking at. And they replace those from time to time. They actually have some in storage. R2-D2, the robot, actually has his little thing. So that's, and if you can take a tour, it's beautiful inside. And here's the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Actually, I've been there. And then this is my favorite hotel, the Roosevelt Hotel. There's a pool on the 3rd floor. This is where a lot of the movie stars continue to stay, and they have double pane glass so it's not noisy, even though it's the epicenter of Hollywood. There's the Roosevelt Hotel. Thank you, Dan.
No problem, but it's not the Roosevelt Hotel.
Check out this limbo.
It's the Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, right. Have you guys heard of the Magic Club? What's it called? The Magic Castle. Yeah, the Magic Castle is up on the hill. Take a look to your right. Yeah, you can't quite, but I want to show you where it's located. It's on the top of that hill, a little to the right. Yeah. Can I tell you my movie star story? Okay, so one of my friend's daughters moved to New York and started dating the drummer of the group The Black Keys. So he flew out to New York, and Leonardo DiCaprio was at the concert. So Leo came up to my friend's daughter and said, "Hey, is your dad dating anybody?" And Dave said no. So he said, would he go out with my mom? So my friend Dave Ward is now has been living with Leonardo DiCaprio's mother for 7 years. Needless to say, he doesn't come to Laguna much anymore. He's still a really nice guy. Wherever Leo goes, his mother goes. Wherever Leo's mother goes, my friend Dave goes. So that's my movie star story. And they live up in the Hollywood Hills.
So you know about the old Steven Spielberg house, right?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
They remodeling it. I'll show it to you.
Okay, good.
So this home was owned by Steven Spielberg and his first wife, right? So when they got divorced, Steven Spielberg got the dog, the ex-wife got the house, and $1 million for every day they were married, which was 1 year.
Wow.
So she got $365 million, and in 3 years she was broke.
Oh my God. So this is where the Walk of Fame stops. See the statues on the left? That's the entrance to the Walk of Fame. And remember, it goes 16 blocks to Gower Street.
Just before we turn on the Fairfax, I'll show you the house.
Yeah, it's Steven Spielberg's old house. Nice.
Somebody bought it, and they're remodeling it for an enormous amount of money, $300 million or some crazy number.
At the top is Steven Spielberg's old house. When he got a divorce, apparently, he took the dog, she took the house. And she got $1 million a day.
But But each day they were married.
Each day they were married, which was only a year?
1 year.
1 year. So she came out with a cool 365. Is that up at the top?
It's the one under construction right there.
Yeah, it's the one under construction up at the top of the hill. It's the one under construction. Yeah.
Looks like big round moon looking.
Yeah, it looks like a submarine. Yeah. By the way, if you ever try to drive the Hollywood Hills, I don't recommend it.
No.
The streets are narrow.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. You could never get a bus up there.
Oh, we're not allowed on the streets.
Yeah.
First off, we would get stuck. Second off, we're overweight. Third off, we're too long.
Yeah.
So have you guys heard of Mulholland Drive? Mulholland Drive starts at the 101 freeway and goes all the way to Malibu. You pick it up by going up some of these streets, and I did the whole thing, all the way from Malibu to Hollywood. And William Mulholland. Dave's Hot Chicken, that's a new place. Now look at these new places. A lot of tennis shoe places. Some of the look at these hip places. Now the original Jewish neighborhood in Los Angeles was East LA in Boyle Heights. Here's Cantor's Deli. What a bakery. Oh God, I love Cantor's. Open 24 hours.
Yep.
Price is Right, Bill Maher, lots of programs. Yeah, you can line up here and see these TV shows for free. On the other side is the Holocaust Museum of Los Angeles, and it used to be the Pan Pacific Auditorium with the streamlined modern features. So we should be able to make a left and park in that.
Oh, trust me, I know where to park.
I know.
There's several. We are going left right here.
Loving it.
But let's say I get there and the bus has got that taken up. I'm gonna show you one the other drivers don't know about.
Man, dude, we luck out. Okay, guys, we're at Farmers Market. Woohoo!
We good to go. We the only bus here.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Bus zone is wide open.
Love it.
Looking right at it.
Yes.
Where is the Grove?
Yeah, I'm going to show you where the Grove is. I suggest, since we actually arrived early, you take a little, after you use a restroom break, go to the Grove, walk around, and then come back to the restaurants. But it's up to you. Yeah. The trolley cars are probably not running because the tracks are there. Yeah, follow the trail.
The Grove is right there.
Hey, you guys, we are so lucky with it. This is amazing. We were not in traffic more than 2 minutes. It's Bernie Frogel. It's his good luck. Bernie, it's your publicity that did it.
Now I'm gonna show you something, Bill, for future reference.
Yeah.
If you ever come here and this zone is taken up by 4 buses, don't park on 3rd Street. Come up to where that FedEx truck is. Have the driver make a left. He'll pull back and U-turn. See where that vegetation thing is?
Yeah.
That's our tour bus
Oh,
parking.
I never knew that.
You didn't?
No.
You do now?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Well, here we are at Farmers Market. We're still in Los Angeles, and we're stopping at one of my most favorite places and destinations in all of LA. It's Farmers Market, and we're going to take you on a tour around the market. But of course, Hoppy's going to give us the story before we get started.
Club. We're happy to be at the Farmers Market. This is really one of LA's most wonderful places if you like food and you like to walk around and look at cool things. Here is the tower indicating the original Farmers Market. It started in 1934 and it's going strong ever since. And getting here before noon, which we did, makes it even better. So they have 21 different restaurants in addition to shops and food stands. So if you can get here before the crowd, which we did, it's absolutely awesome. So we're going to take a little peek. That is the famous Grove, and that was designed by Rick Caruso. It's an upscale shopping district that is beloved by Los Angeles. It has a trolley that goes down, and the proportion of the buildings was based on Charleston, South Carolina. The height of the buildings compared to the width of the street is perfectly comforting. It's what they call good urban space. But let's go into the farmers market. It's too much fun. So you can really get lost in farmers market because once you get in, it's an absolute labyrinth, which is maybe a good idea to have one of these puppies. But part of the fun is simply discovering it as you go. So here is, remember, this used to be produce trucks of farmers from 1934. So this is the east end. We already have some happy customers that already got a sandwich. And notice it's not too crowded, but they have deli, French dip sandwiches. They have Phil's Deli. You can see the neon. You know, every little restaurant here has its own personality. I've never eaten at Phil's Deli, but I feel like a cheesesteak is calling my name. They also have Maggie's Nut House, which is a famous place where you can grind peanuts to get peanut butter. Here's a waffle shot. Wow. I know where I'm coming. Look at, how are the waffle shots? Pretty good? Very good. Yeah, what's your favorite one? The brownie one. Okay, we're coming back. Very good. Here's the House of Jerky. You can get wild boar jerky. Yeah. And then this is not crowded yet. This right here is the Churrasco Brazilian restaurant. You get these skewered meats, which are very delicious, right? Ótimo. And if you speak Portuguese, you get a discount. Yeah. So you want to go talk to him? So what do you recommend? What is your favorite? The sirloin cap. Oh, that looks so good. What's the Brazilian name? Picanha. Yeah. Oh, that looks so good. I know where I'm coming for lunch. So do you open at 11? 10:30. Wow. Very good. Até logo. And then the west end of Farmers Market is the produce. And as you can figure out, you can totally get lost here. You guys having fun? Yeah. Yeah, isn't it great? Yep. It's a labyrinth, isn't it?
Oh, which one did you recommend that? You recommended the French?
I think the French place. Yeah, it's in the left corner. Yeah, I recommend it. But if you don't like it, well, I'm sure you will. Yeah, that's right. So look at the delightful labyrinth, which is Farmers Market. Yeah. Everything you could want. And we're happy to support the local economy. Here's Trejo's Tacos. And we're going to make one, and this is Dupar's restaurant. And we'll finish the tour of Farmers Market right here. And once again, just a fun place to go. And it's much nicer when you don't have to worry about the crowds. Okay, Dorothy, what do you think?
This has been great. We're really hungry, so we're going to say goodbye for now, and we'll catch you on the other side. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Enzo Piano took this building, preserved it, and put a museum inside of it. 1939, streamlined, modern. The architectural style before that was Art Deco. That was from 1925 to 1935. I don't know what style that is, but that's the Peterson Automotive Museum. Isn't that wild?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chicago Club Travel Show. We are so delighted you've enjoyed and wanted to come see us today. We're very, very delighted that you have. Guess where we are? As you can see from the building behind me, we're at the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts Museum. We have waited 2 years for this day, and we have a very full bus, as you will see by a lot of the pictures that you're going to be seeing this afternoon. We can't believe that we're actually here because this is really an exciting and monumental opening for the city of Los Angeles, and now it's one of the top museums in all of Los Angeles. So I can't be more delighted to introduce to you also Bill Hoffman, who is our tour guide for today. And so now he's going to tell you about the excitement of being here at the Academy Museum. There's Bill.
Yes, thank you, Dorothy. I love the architecture of this museum, not only the exhibits. So let's take a look now as we walk through. Renzo Piano was the architect. He is a Pritzker Prize winning. That's the top award for an architect in the world. So what he did
this
was,
is the original perfume bottle of the May Company. When the architects restarted, they had to bring in 1,300 new gold tiles. The tiles were made in Venice. You know, Venice is famous for glassware. Look at this beautiful restoration of the Academy Museum. Isn't that fabulous? It cost them a pretty penny to bring in the new tiles, let me tell you. Yeah. So let's fill in over here, guys. Second, I haven't done the second and third floor. Can we stand right here? Yes. Beautiful. Okay, can everybody hear me? I'm loud, aren't I? Okay.
Thank you for being loud.
Thank you. This is Renzo Piano's masterpiece. What he did was he took the old May Company building, gutted it, made sure that it was earthquake proof, and he added the bubble. The bubble here is a 1,000-seat theater with red carpet plush seats. On the top of it is, you've got to go there. It's the 5th floor, is the family terrace observation deck. We should have a private party there. And this is so brilliant. Look what he did. Look, what do you think those orange things are at the base?
The reels.
No,
The reels.
they're for earthquake. It's a base isolator. So if there was, do you see them, everybody?
Yeah.
Now, most architects will cover the base isolators up. They don't want people to see them. I think it's good that the architect showed us that this building is safe. If there was an earthquake, the base isolators would absorb the shock and not the building. Furthermore, every balcony is on its own mechanism. So if there was an earthquake, it would go back and forth and not rip out from the building. So it's a brilliant piece of engineering. Please don't call it the Death Star from Star Wars, because Renzo Piano was a nice guy. Let's call it the love bubble or the movie bubble. But he really used gray, didn't he, in this? So you guys are going to, do you see the catwalk up there? That's where you're going to go for the 5th floor. No, it's not scary. It's not scary. Okay. All right.
so let's take a look now as we walk through. Renzo Piano was the architect. He is a Pritzker Prize winning. That's the top award for an architect in the world. So what he did was he took a 1939 May Company building and he gutted it and put in 4 floors of exhibits. Then he put these balconies across to this major structure, which is a 1,000-seat theater. And we're going to walk down here to take a look. As we look up, that is the 5th floor, and that you walk across the catwalk there to the Dolby Family Terrace. You can see the people walking across now. It's kind of exciting. It's not clear glass, it's translucent. Now let's take a look at the rest of the building. This large round building is called the Bubble, And this is where there's an 1,000-foot theater called the Geffen Theater. I haven't been inside yet, but I can't wait. The seats are plush red like the red carpet. And if you look at the base, you can see the earthquake proof. You can see the base isolators. Let's come and take a look. Most architects hide the base isolators, but Renzo Piano decided he would show everybody that this building is safe in an earthquake, and these base isolators will vibrate if there's an earthquake, preserving the huge dome above. So I think it's brilliant by architect Renzo Piano. And then if we turn around to this corner and we walk over here, you can see how he preserved the original streamlined modern corner of the 1939 May Company building. So this is a museum where the architecture is as fun as the exhibits. And it's going to be a long-lasting, wonderful museum. In fact, the largest dedicated to movie making.
Well, that's our show for today. We hope you enjoyed it. We've done everything very glam today, starting with Hollywood Boulevard, and then ending up at Farmers Market. And who knew? The Academy, the museum, all of this history that's in this beautiful building that we've waited so long to open. So we really appreciate you joining us today. I hope you enjoyed all the stars that were on our bus. And please, by all means, join us again to be a star on our bus. We're repeating this trip on March 15th. So check our website to register. We have a wait list, but we always manage to get a lot of people from the wait list. So I don't know about you, but I've got to go find a red carpet with my name on it. And this fella called Oscar, I hear he's pretty hot. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye. But better yet, we'd rather see you in person at Clubhouse 5. And better yet, we would love to have you become a member. Check our website for all the details of the great shows, the great trips. And when you realize that membership only costs $30 for the entire year, it is the best deal in the village. $30 gets you into all the events. And then it gets you a discount on our day trips. Who does that? We do. Take care. Bye-bye. See you next time.